Nearly 6 months after taking delivery of my 2022 long-range Model Y, I think I actually made a mistake. After making the switch from the Model 3 to the Model Y and driving this car nearly every single day, I have a lot of thoughts, and my thoughts have changed since I originally took delivery a few months ago. Some for the better, for sure, and some for the worse. Let me tell you the honest truth about the 2022 Model Y. From an owner who has now driven multiple Teslas and has had Teslas for years, as someone who has converted many people to buying Teslas for themselves, I have a lot of thoughts. And there's a lot you guys need to know about the good and the bad of the Model Y. Is it the perfect car for you? Is it overhyped? Should you buy it? Here's everything you need to know about the Model Y, and let me tell you why it might be great for you and why it might not be the best car you should spend your money on. Also, a huge thanks to MAGBAK for sponsoring this video. They make one of my favorite Tesla accessories of all time. It's this beautiful, sleek, custom wireless charger that is made just for the Tesla. I've got a whole lot to say, more on that in a bit. Let's kick it up in front with the Frunk. This is one of my favorite parts of any Tesla, really any electric vehicle, but Tesla really does have a nice spacious Frunk at the front that basically, because there's no engine here if you haven't seen, gives you a whole lot of room in the front to work with. And one of the things I do miss that Tesla used to do on their older cars, they'd have like little clips, little shopping hooks here, so you could place grocery bags or backpacks or whatever in the Frunk without it spilling over. That obviously is not here anymore, which is kind of a bummer, but I really appreciate all the space you're gonna get here in the Frunk. So it's sort of hard to show off on video. You can obviously look up the specs, but I'll just say sort of anecdotally, my personal use here is it is perfect for takeout food, smelly groceries like a rotisserie chicken. If you're, on really any grocery trip, if you have bags here in front, anything you don't want to get spilled, this is the place to do it. It's a nice little compartment here. It's fairly deep as well. There's a sort of a tire tool underneath. This is sort of, I should show off, this is, oh, some birds going over there. This is what you get if you don't have any kind of mat. That's sort of the standard that it comes with, is just sort of this plastic base and the tire tool. I've got some 3D mats here. I'll leave a link down below all over the car that I really love, a little protection there. But this is just perfect for grocery bags, backpacks, also any valuables, especially in locations like San Francisco, where you've got a lot of car break-ins. This is probably the most secure spot of the car because you can't break a window like you would in the back and get access to it. So if you, I'll leave like on my laptop or tablet or whatever I have with me, camera gear here in the Frunk, because it is secure, and this is just a wonderful place to store, like I said, groceries is like the main thing, smelly foods. It's got its own sort of insulated location here that won't stink up the cabin. This is perfect, and I love this on the 3 too, but one of my favorite parts of the Model Y. Obviously, the other part that I really love about the Model Y, and one of the best parts, is the space you're gonna get in the back, that you're just gonna get way more space here in the back than you would get on the Model 3. And let me open up the trunk and show you exactly what that's like. So here is the back of the Model Y. And I've got my automatic trunk here, so I can just pop this open like so. Opens up, and then you are good to go. And here's sort of a real world example of some of the junk I've got in my trunk. Pun intended there. Pun, joke, whatever it is. So as you can see, here's sort of a look. I'll go a little wide here. You can see what the trunk area looks like here. Tons of room. I've put plenty of stuff back here, and the car has just done a fantastic job sort of holding it all. Like I mentioned, I have 3D mats, protective mats that I love. I'll leave them linked down below. They're just great, just sort of giving me some protection here on the back, but plenty of room here. I can put these seats down with these buttons right here. I won't do that now because there's a car seat there, but I could put that down and get even more space. But this is plenty long, plenty of space here, and plenty of room for bags, backpacks, grocery bags. One of the things for me recently as a new parent myself is using this for the stroller. It is so much easier for me to load the stroller into the Model Y than it would be to get it in the trunk of the 3. The fact that this opens up and I've got all this room here is just perfect and beyond easy for me. You're also going to get a lot of space down here. If I can sort of pull this up, you can see you've got sort of a deep sort of cavern right there. You can put boxes or more things, long-term storage. You've got a lot of room there. Obviously this is flat, and then you've got, it's sort of hard to see here, I apologize for my junk here, but you've got a lot of other cavities here that give you a lot of deeper space. Let me see if I can pull out some of this junk, because yeah, I got some nursery water and stuff, as you can see, but you've got some great storage on the side there as well. Plenty of space here, which is something I really appreciate on the Model Y, and really one of the things that swayed me from the 3 was I just needed more space. And I'll tell you, loading and unloading things in the Model Y is way easier than the 3. The 3 is a fantastic car, but if you're doing a lot of hauling, if you've got a family, if you've got things you are always sort of loading up and unloading unloading from your car, having this more space here on the Y is a really nice addition. On the inside, you are getting a little bit more space, not a whole lot. You're really going to get some more headroom than what you'd get on the Model 3. So here's sort of a quick look inside so you can see, and it's really going to give you a little bit more room here on top. If you're a little bit of a taller person, you're going to have a little bit more room up there. The car is just sort of slightly taller than what you get with the Model 3, but again, they share a lot of the same DNA, so they're very, very similar. But this is what you're going to get on the inside here. If you're curious on space, plenty of space here on the inside. Super comfortable seats, which I really appreciate here. Obviously, you know, I got the car seat because I'm living that dad life, and it fits there really nicely. And I have really appreciated the space that you're getting in the Model Y. This is, again, very similar to the 3, so it's not a huge deal. The interior is basically the same. Again, you're you've got a little bit more room here, and the car is obviously sitting a little bit higher off the ground, so you're going to get a little bit of a taller experience here. You're not as low profile as the 3, but I think really what many people want is that extra storage space, that extra cargo capacity, and that is happening in the trunk. So if you are doing a lot of hauling, you are doing a lot of, you know, things like that you're going to benefit from more space, having this trunk on the Model Y is the way to go. You're getting more space here, and that's something I've really appreciated, and something that after having it on the Y, I love the 3, but I don't think I could go back just because it is so easy to haul things around in the Model Y. I love it. Now, before we continue with more on my 6-month review of the Model Y, I want to take a quick break and actually show off one of my all-time favorite Tesla accessories, something I use in my car every single day, and that is this. It is this super sleek, super premium, custom wireless charger made just for the Tesla, and of course, it is made by this video's sponsor, MAGBAK. I've been using this MAGBAK wireless charger as my main wireless charger in my Tesla for the last few months, and there's a lot to say, but let me start by saying this. I absolutely love this thing. And it's made to go right in the corner of your display, giving you still full access to the main Tesla screen, all the controls, stuff like that, but also putting your iPhone in a spot that is actually really useful. This also makes it absolutely perfect for unlocking your phone with Face ID, something you can't do when your phone is down below. And also, if you want to make a FaceTime call or watch a video, this just puts your phone in the perfect place. No longer do you have to crane your neck to look below. You just sort of look right there. This just makes it absolutely perfect. This MAGBAK wireless charger is also harnessing the power of MagSafe technology to easily attach your phone and stay connected securely while also delivering 10 watts of Qi wireless charging to fast charge your phone. And you can use it with a case if you've got a MagSafe compatible case like this beautiful one from the folks over at MAGBAK, or you can use it without a case as long as your phone has MagSafe built in, iPhone 12 or newer. Just snap it on and you're good to go. It also comes with a USB cable that is plenty long so you can sort of get the perfect cable management, tuck it out of the way, and have a super clean install in under 5 minutes. And I've said it before and I will say it again, this is one of my all-time favorite Tesla accessories, something I use every single day. It puts your iPhone in the perfect place, it's easy to use, easy to install, works like a dream. I love it, I know you guys love it as well. So if you guys want to check it out for yourself today and check out all the other awesome products that MAGBAK has to offer, hit that link right down below. Again, this is perfect, made just for your Tesla. It is this beautiful MAGBAK wireless charger. Again, if you guys want to learn more, check it out for yourself today, which I recommend you do. Hit the link right down below to pick up yours today. So one of the first things I want to talk about here is the build quality itself of the car, the color, the paint, the wheels. If you're thinking about picking up a Model Y, is this a good way to go or not? And it's funny because I just saw a comment the other day from somebody who said the red color with the 20-inch black induction wheels is the absolute worst possible way you could go. It's the worst looking combo. I don't know why you did that. In my opinion, I couldn't agree any less. I think that this is the best combo you can go with. My personal opinion here, I love the red. The red paint has held up really well here. I love the look of the 20-inch black induction wheels. And after months and months of driving, I'll show you some of the issues, if really there's no issues here. Ride quality on these wheels has been really good. I've pretty much avoided curb rash the best I have been able to, so that's been really nice. But I love the wheels. I know people are concerned that they give you a little less ride quality than you'd get with the 19-inch wheels, but I think that, first off, they look so much better in my opinion, so it's worth it, and the ride quality has been very smooth for me, so I've had no issues with the wheels. And in terms of the paint color, I think it's actually held up really well. I know that some were concerned about dirt and chips and stuff like that, and obviously driving here in Southern California is going to give me some not so good issues with debris and stuff coming to hit the car. And besides some just schmutz here from a pretty crappy touchless car wash. The paint's held up really well. No scuffs, no scrapes, nothing really here. As you can see, as my camera sort of readjusts here, it does a pretty good job, looking pretty good. And I don't really have many complaints. It does a pretty good job repelling dirt too, as you can see. I just went through a just cheap touchless car wash and did a pretty good job. You can see some places here, the paint sparkled a little bit more than other places. I didn't do any PPF. I didn't do any kind of ceramic coating or anything like that. This is all pretty much just regular as it is, and I've been pretty happy with it. And before I jump inside, really the only issue I've had with the Model Y in terms of hardware build quality is, well, besides the speaker inside, which I'll get to, is the door on the outside. For whatever reason, when it gets particularly warm, like it tends to do here in Southern California, like over 90 degrees, and the car is outside for an extended period of time, the driver's door here will make a squeak. And it's not gonna do it now because it's not too hot, but there's like a squeak that erupts. Let me go wide here so you can see. There's a squeak that erupts when you open and close the door, and it's coming from some part here. I don't know particularly where, but it makes like this crackle squeak sort of thing. It's sort of hard for me to replicate. I don't have a video of it, but I only notice it on this door and only when it's particularly warm outside. And when it's, you know, pretty cool like this, when it's mild today, it doesn't make that sound. But I do notice that there is a squeak going on with the door here on the driver's side. Besides that, besides what I mentioned in the back here, no imperfections. Car is built really well. Ride quality is super smooth. Tesla is getting better and better and better with their production line and their build processes. And as a result of that, you're going to have a quieter cabin inside, a smoother ride, and I'd expect even better performance and results from Texas-made Model Ys from that new factory. All right, next, let's jump inside the Model Y and talk about the interior and what you're going to get here. So, I'm going to jump in here and hopefully get an idea of the cabin noise here. So we jump in, let's close the door, and yes, it is very quiet inside, and if I'm quiet, you can hear basically the only sound you hear all the time. Little bit of hum from the car, and that is about it. So in terms of stuff inside of the car and things I want to point out, obviously I've got some really cool accessories I'll touch on a little bit later. But the interior, like I mentioned before, is basically exactly the same as what you're going to get on the Model 3, and that's a good thing. Teslas are known for some incredible things, including their very advanced software here, very minimal, very simple. You've got this giant touchscreen here, which is great. I will mention sort of as a sort of 6 month later, sort of 6 month look back, I'll tell you that the software has gotten a lot better. When I originally got this car, that's when the whole version 11 kerfuffle happened and there was a lot of issues, but Tesla has slowly but surely fixed those with software updates, most notably recently giving you back control for the quick access things. Things like the seat heater, things like wipers can now be added to the car, or I guess rather added to your sort of dock down here, something that wasn't the case before. So that is something I've really appreciated. I'll tell you that this car also has a heated steering wheel that in Southern California, I'm sorry to say, I basically never use. So it does have a heated steering wheel if you're curious about that. You can enjoy it and like it and use it. I don't use it all that much. And yeah, this is basically, you know, like I said, the sort of the same interior you'd get on any other Tesla. This is what the black interior looks like. I didn't opt for the white just because I was afraid with a baby what that would do to the interior. You've sort of got this wood trim up on top here. You've got sort of the built-in wireless charger. You've got some storage space up here, as you can see. Anyways, so this is the interior of the Model Y. No, nothing really particular here. I know that there are people who like the minimal interior, some people who don't. Because I drove a Tesla in the past, I have just come to know it and come to enjoy it and appreciate it. And the software continues to get better, which is a really big thing for me. So that is nice to see. And yeah, I mean, there's not a whole lot to say about the interior. You know, obviously you've got your space here in the back. Let me see if I can kind of show off. Here's your back space here. You've got room back there. You've got your trunk. You've got this beautiful, I will point this out because I always forget it's here, this big old moonroof, sunroof that sort of extends from the front of the car all the way back. No pillar or anything there, which is really, really cool. So if you're a fan of that, that is pretty cool to see. And not a lot to say about the interior. You're either going to love it or you're going to hate it. Some people have very strong opinions that they hate this screen, they hate Tesla's software implementation, and they don't like how minimal things are, but after a while you will get used to it. The one thing I do want to talk about is the audio system. So this is packed with Tesla's premium audio system, something I did not have in my other Tesla, and I gotta say the difference is pretty substantial and noticeable. I will leave a link down below or up on screen right here to a video I did comparing the standard range audio system to the premium audio system, and it's a big deal. It's a big difference, and you will appreciate it here, but I can't really play it right now because of copyright stuff, but it's a noticeable difference, and I really do appreciate the audio system. Though I will say, I'm looking for better audio settings because I'm not an audiophile. So let me see if I can jump in here to, see if I open up Spotify, so you can see there, just playing some sweet lullabies with the baby. What are the best audio settings? If you guys have recommendations, let me know down below. This is sort of the standard that I've been using just because I am not an audiophile myself. But if you have recommendations for EQ, let me know. But that's sort of what I've been rocking, and I've been very happy with the audio system. And like I said, the software experience is getting better and better. Some people hate Tesla software, but I think it's really good. I like it, and it's getting better. Not a lot other stuff to cover, though I will mention the one issue that I've had with the car that has progressively gotten worse and that I haven't fixed is a issue with this speaker. This speaker, I want to say it has a distortion issue, and this seems to actually be kind of a common thing with Teslas, is the driver's side pillar speaker in this left side here, there's like a distortion. It doesn't happen all the time, but with certain songs, with certain instruments and frequencies and podcasts, whatever it is, whatever frequency that is or whatever note that is, distorts this speaker. Not even at loud volumes, like at, 50, 60% of the audio volume here is when you'll hear it. If you guys have had that issue, let me know. It's like I mentioned it before, when I first took delivery, I noticed it the first day I had the car. I just haven't had the time to take it into a service center, but like I said, people have mentioned it as being a common issue. So that's been the one issue I've had in the car. But besides that, the interior has been pretty spotless. I've had no issues with the seats, no issues with anything. The software has been good. I haven't had any glitches or crashes. Everything inside of here has been really nice, and I've really enjoyed it. And yeah, I've thoroughly enjoyed things here with the inside of the Model Y. You're either going to love it or hate it, but I'm giving it a thumbs up. I really like the minimal interior, and it's really nice. All right, now before we wrap up, one last section here I want to talk about, and that is accessories. I have tested many different accessories for the Tesla, and these are a couple that I love and use every day. As you can see here, if it's in my car right now, it's something I use every day. One of the ones that I use here is the 3D mats. These are sort of protective mats I have in the back here. I've got them on the seats here, which is kind of nice as I haul things and put the stroller in and it bangs around. You're sort of protecting the seats there. I've got, let me show you on the side over here what I like. I got my 3D mats down here. I've got the little Tesla trash bag that I got as a gift that I absolutely love. So you can see I probably should actually follow my own advice and use the trash bag. But that just sort of clips right there, and it sort of sits there, is sort of nice. This is the car seat that I'm using. That's not really a Tesla accessory, but that's what I've got. I really do love these 3D mats. I've got them all over the car and stuff that I really like. So that is really nice. I've also got my Tesla hat, which is a little bit dirty, but link down below if you want a Tesla hat for yourself. A couple of things in here that I really like. One is, and I've already talked about this, but I use it and I love it. This part is not sponsored. MAGBAK here. This is my go-to wireless charger because it is a fantastic wireless charger. Obviously, I just talked all about it, so I won't go over it again, but link down below if you want to check it out. This is legit what I use in my car. Use it to charge my iPhone, and it is fantastic. Love MAGBAK, and they are sponsoring this video, and I appreciate that, so thank you, MAGBAK, again. Link to this guy down below. And then most important thing here, in addition to that, is this, which you can't notice, which is a screen protector. This is a matte screen protector from Spigen. It's a fantastic screen protector. It's anti-glare. It's matte finish here. Doesn't do, what am I saying here? It does a good job of not reflecting the horrible sunlight on here, getting rid of those reflections and glare, and allowing you to enjoy your screen. Obviously, if I clean this off, it'd be pretty good, but it is pretty easy to clean here. I love this matte anti-glare screen protector. This is fantastic. Link to this down below. Very important. You've got to have it. Spigen makes it really, really easy to install, which I really appreciate. And then the last thing I love here, it's this. This took me a while to get working because I love state of California, but these are great. These are HOV mags. So I've talked about this before, and I showed them off in my original Model Y video. Go back here, it's a little bit quiet. And what I love about this is that these are magnets. So if you're in California, one of the perks of owning a clean air vehicle is you can use the carpool lane as a single occupant, which is something you typically cannot do. The problem is, in order to do that and to abide by the law, you've got to put these gross, nasty stickers on your car. Technically, they're supposed to go on both sides. Supposed to be one down there, supposed to be one up here, and then I think there's supposed to be one in the front and other places here. But these little stickers here, or rather these magnets, allow you to stick the stickers on these magnets and then take them on and off as needed. So for me, when I go to work, I need to use the carpool lane to get myself to work faster. And these work fantastic. These are from a company called HOV Mags. I think they're actually offering a discount to you guys who are my viewers. I'll leave a link down below. But these are great and they work as advertised. And all you have to do when I go to work is I just throw on the stickers. I think the fat one goes in the back here. So give me a second here to redo my hands. Literally just sticks on. So I'll put that on here. Bam. Take this little guy, put it up here. And they just sort of stick on and allow you to follow the law and abide by the law as you sort of do your thing, and you can use the carpool lane. I've never had an issue with this. I've had people ask, do they fall off? They never fall off. The magnets are super strong, even if you're going, 80 miles an hour on the freeway. They work really well. And the best part is that when you get to your destination, you remove them and then don't have the ugly yellow sticker or whatever the color is. They've had purple, they've had red, they've had white. This year it happens to be yellow for 2022. They are absolutely ugly and I hate them. So these are really cool magnets. I've got another set for the other side, but I really only use this side here. And these are fantastic. Again, I'll leave a link down below. But the cool thing is that when I get to my destination, I just take them off and keep the car free of these ugly things. I'll leave a link down below to HOV Mags. Those are a couple of accessories that I really like and I use all the time and really enhance the overall Tesla ownership experience. All right, so before we wrap up, I do want to talk about a couple of mistakes that I have made over my course of ownership that if I could turn back the clock and redo, there are a couple of things that I would redo and mistakes I've made. Do I regret switching from the 3 to the Y? No, I do not. I have been really happy with the extra space and the extra luxuries of the Y. That has been great. Do I regret going long range? At the time, I don't. I would have liked to have gone performance, and the price difference wasn't all that much, but I just don't think I need a performance vehicle, especially for the driving I do. I'm a very boring person with a boring driving habit, so I don't think I'd utilize the performance for what it would be, though I do love the Uber turbine wheels. I don't think that was a problem, and I'm happy that I went long range. Though now, with the more broad release of the standard range Model Y and the return of the standard range Model Y, I do think that maybe that would have been the way for me to go for a couple of reasons. One is, like I just mentioned, I love the look and some of the sportier things of the performance, but I probably wouldn't have utilized the performance power, and I don't know if I would have really utilized a lot of the long-range creature comforts if the standard range Model Y had existed when I put down my deposit. And don't get me wrong, having more range is nice, and I have enjoyed having more range than my standard range plus Model 3, but to me, I really wanted more space, and I wanted the premium audio system. Those are two things that the Model Y gives you on all levels. In fact, unlike the Model 3, the standard range Model Y has the full premium audio system, so there's not a sacrifice there, and that really was what I was looking for, and I don't really need that extra range. So for me, if the standard range Model Y was available when I pre-ordered, I might have actually gone that way and saved a couple $1,000 because I don't know if I actually need the long range Model Y. Now, hindsight's 2020. Obviously, I would have done things differently, maybe, but I am happy with this car. But I do think that's something that many people have to consider as we start to see the Model Y make its way, the standard range model make its way out of Giga Texas and more widely available. That might be a better way to go for most people. Something I consider, and these days would I have made that decision? I probably would have. Now, obviously now I'm not going to sell this car and get rid of it, but it probably would have been something I would have heavily considered. One mistake though I definitely did make, and one that I still regret to this day, is getting the car without the Ryzen processor. I think that it's not a huge difference now, though. We have seen some differences, some side-by-sides where it is speedier. Though overall, it's not a huge difference now. I do think in a year, 2, and definitely in 3 years, having that Ryzen processor is going to be a game changer, especially as Tesla adds more things. If the rumored App Store actually does make its way from concept to reality and does exist, I think the Ryzen processor is going to be a big sort of advantage to have in your car. And I do think that we're going to see sort of the bottleneck of the Atom processor continue to be shown off a little bit more, and the Ryzen processor continue to be shown off as sort of the next generation of Teslas. And for me, I had already seen them sort of coming to some vehicles. I should have just delayed my order or rejected the car or waited for the Ryzen processor build, because really it was only a couple of weeks after I took delivery of this car that the Ryzen processor became way more commonplace. So for me, that was a mistake. I should have delayed my order and gone the Ryzen processor route and waited for that car, just because I think it's going to be a really big deal in a year or two. Obviously, time will tell. Maybe it's not going to make a huge difference. As of right now, there really is no discernible difference, but I do think that was a mistake that I made, that if I had to go back and, do things differently, I should have waited for that Ryzen processor, because I do believe it's going to be a really big deal. So that was a mistake on my part that I got to live with, but we'll see how that plays out. So curious, guys, what are your thoughts on the 2022 Model Y from Tesla? Are you an owner right now looking to give some advice to some potential owners? Are you a potential owner who has a question, who's looking to do some research and you're trying to figure out what to do? Let me know your thoughts down below. Hopefully I can answer some questions and give you some thoughts on probably what is my favorite Tesla ever. I love this car. I love everything about it. And besides a couple of my mistakes, this has been just a perfect car, and I'd love to answer any questions and hopefully give you guys some advice if you're looking to pick one up on what to do. Let me know if I can help in any way down below. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I'm Robert Rosenfeld. I'll see you all in the next one.